So Ciaran, just under a week now, you've been in and around the Bells, you've had the opportunity to watch one of the games as well as take a training session. How has this last 5 or 6 days been?
Yeah, listen, it's been great. It's been great sort of getting officially amongst it. Obviously was at the game on Sunday. Was really impressed with what I've seen. Excites me for the future and what we can build on. Like I said in my first interview, I think there's so much more to come on this kind of mission that we're on. Took training obviously on Tuesday. Energy levels were really, really high, but again, I was quite clear with everybody to say that that's great, but it's about consistency and discipline in that as we move forward if we really want to be successful.
I suppose in these early days, is it about the subtle changes that you can make, particularly towards the first few games that you're going to take control, rather than, like you've said previously, try to build Rome in a day?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty naive to come in and think it's going to be this overnight change. There's some good foundations in place, but I think we have to be quite pragmatic and realistic about where we want to go to. We're kind of a third way through the season. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot of games to play. But I think if it can be overwhelming to come in and think there's going to be a massive transition of information, I think, it would be naive to think that that's an appropriate way forward. So it's about kind of drip feeding the kind of information that we want them to get as quickly as possible in the first instance and prioritise that. And then we have to judge our success on that, of what we see at the games. And then we build on that and layer on that as appropriate based on how it's been received. So it's very much a flexible system that we have to, in terms of our approach and methodology, in terms of what we have to try and implement into the team and into the players, into how we want to play, the concepts, the principles. So it's, I'll be trying to give them as much as I can, but being very conscious that, like you say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we can't overwhelm them, because that will have an opposite negative effect.
So that's part of the mindset then that you'll take into. We've got Millmore this Sunday in the County Cup. So it is more about what we're doing, and that you're watching the things that the girls will be doing rather than focusing on the opposition at this stage.
Well, I don't even think it's about at this stage. We want to try and control as much as we possibly can. We'll be completely respectful of any opposition that we play. I'm looking forward to a really tough game on Sunday. Make no mistake. But it's about what we can control. We have to be mindful of what other teams bring to the table on a match day. But the objective for us, with the girls, is to try and implement the ability for them to make good decisions on the field based on what's coming in front of them. It doesn't really matter who the opposition is, and I mean that, in the right way. We just have to focus on what we can control, because ultimately, that's the kind of stuff that we want to be working on and training every single week. But make no mistake, I'm expecting a very, very tough game on Sunday, and we'll be going fully prepared for that.
I imagine it's been quite a hectic week. As we mentioned there, only announced 5-6 days ago, already been to a game. This is the second training session this evening, so it's been very, very hectic for you. How excited are you to actually get stuck into a match day? Yeah,
I mean, listen, for me, match day is where it's at. The majority of the work has to be done in training to prepare the players for, like, the kind of exciting match day scenario, and that's kind of where it all boils up to. I think if we're not going into game days being really excited about what's coming our way, and the uncertainty of that as well, I just think just gives that little bit of a stimulus on the players, and we'll probably be in the wrong game. So training is where we're going to hone the skills required to go into match days with that open-mindedness that anything can happen. And we need to embrace that attitude and hopefully build the necessary skills for the girls to be able to be adaptable and flexible as quickly as they possibly can to deal with whatever kind of situation comes, good and bad.